If you're building an AI agent in n8n and you want an easy no-code way of creating a UI where you can just log your users in and then they can engage with your agents, then bubble.io is the answer to that question. But if you're a bubble.io app creator and you found that you're pushing the workflow builder in Bubble to a limit, I mean, you can't even get close to being able to build an AI agent in Bubble, truly an agent where it gets to select tools and move back and forth, then you need to use n8n. So if you're either of those two groups of people, then this video is for you, because I'm going to show you how we can build a really quick agent in n8n and then how we can send data from our Bubble app through to n8n and get a response. But before I launch into it, we can only keep making videos like this and publishing them on YouTube because of our members. Tired of searching YouTube for Bubble tutorial videos? When you become a Planet No Code member, you get access to our complete video library. That's content you won't find on YouTube. It's hundreds of Bubble tutorial videos plus 4 of our courses. Learn about a particular Bubble topic just by searching for it, or use our custom trained AI to ask questions specific to your project, receive detailed answers, and recommended videos. So with access to hundreds of Bubble tutorial videos, courses, and an AI assistant that learns about the app that you're building, becoming a Planet No Code member is a bit of a no-brainer. Click the link in the description to sign up today. So here we are in n8n, and this is about as simple as you can make it, but let me walk you through each step. We've got a chat trigger here. So I've made this as public. You'll see why that's relevant in a moment, because I'm going to want to be putting messages in through from my Bubble app. And then basically the rest of this can stay the same. And then I've added in the agent. The only thing that I've changed here is that I've just said it should retry if it fails. You will discover, as I've just found in kind of having to start recording this video, that even with the latest AI models, you need a really good system prompt in order to kind of just coax it through making the right choices. There's a lot of hype around AI agents, but if you listen to, in fact, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, one of the top codex execs in OpenAI effectively making a point that agents have not yet fully come to fruition. But you can still do some cool things with them, as I'm going to demonstrate. I've added in a system prompt down here. This is guiding it to say to look up an order, look it up in Airtable. You have to add in your model. You can pick from any range of models. So, you've got Anthropic, you've got the whole lot here. But I've gone with OpenAI and I've put in GPT 5.2, as that's the most recent one. And then this is where it gets really powerful with tools. It's that you can connect and get your AI agents to interact with any of these tools. So we've got Asana, we've got Assembly AI, we've got the calculator tool, we've got ClickUp, Coda, look, Google Sheets. So much here, Zoom. And so all I'm getting it to do here is to search through the Airtable records. So I give it, I tell it to look for a records to search. Here's where it's searching. And then all I've done here is if you click on the AI Sparks, we're telling the agent to write the formula necessary to do the search. Let's make that AI too. So this then effectively means I can demo it here. I just click open chat. And what I'm going to do is basically take this one here. I'm going to copy that. And obviously this is not a secure way to query customer details, because there are no guardrails in place for what information gets sent through. You don't want someone impersonating another customer, but it gives a good demonstration, a nice quick one of how agents can work. I'd say my order is number, where is it? So it's querying Airtable, and then I get back the information. It's retrieved the name and it's retrieved the delivery date, the expected delivery date. So how do I pair this into bubble.io? So I'm going to copy my question here and then just show you how it works. I need to make sure that this is made public, and I need to make sure that my workflow is active and of course saved. And then I go into my Bubble API connector. And I add in a new, so Bubble API connector, and I'd add in a new API, and let me walk you through it. I give it a name, so I've called this n8n agent. I've given it a basic auth. That's just so that I'm demonstrating best practice. In fact, it's somehow turned itself off here. Basic auth. And then the details that I've got in there match what I've got here. So that's just ensuring that not everyone or anyone can access the endpoint here. So now I should actually save it. Okay, and then I paste in the webhook, which I get from here. And I actually got ChatGPT to write this out because I couldn't quite find the where this is documented in the n8n documentation. But it's that we have to return a chat input and at least a session ID. Session ID is useful if you're using one of the memory subnodes. If you add in memory, then you can get n8n to actually keep track of the conversation. You could, of course, do that in Bubble using a table in Bubble and adding in the messages as they're sent. And so we're all set up here. I make sure that this is action so that I can run it in a workflow later on, a workflow in Bubble, and I'm just going to initialize the call. And this is good. We're waiting on n8n to respond. And it's saying it can't find any orders under the name Alice. That is partly because of what I was saying about a really strong system message. So I'm going to do one that I know works. What I've found is that the agent is not amazing at finding the right table, the right record names, column headers. So what you could do is add in a separate node here and just tell it that it's only searching the order number, and you can have one for the customer name. So then you could add into your system prompt in the agent, if they give their order number, use the order number. Basically, the agent has to be told what to do with this. And at the moment, it's a little bit unreliable. So I've pasted in the order number is, and hopefully it's going to understand that one. I'm going to try it again. There we go. We get back the key bits of information, which is that the order is due in 3 days' time. Perfect. So how do I add this into a Bubble app? Well, let me give a very quick demo. So I'm going to create a new page called n8n agent. And this is not a lesson in UI design and Bubble. I'm just going to make it quick and easy to use. So I'm going to add in a multi-line input there. And then going to add in a button. So call this send message. What I'm hoping to anyone watching who has a background in n8n is showing how easy it is to build a UI around an n8n agent workflow. Because Bubble has the potential to, basically it's a no-code web app and now mobile app development platform, and you can do all the basics and more. You can log users in, but basically all of the processes that would take an experienced coder, such as authentication of login, magic links, that sort of thing, Bubble just has them packaged in a visual builder. I need a way of showing the response. So I'm going to use a custom state and add that to the page. This is just a temporary bucket to store a variable. So I'll call it response. I'll call it text. And then this is just going to print my page, which is n8n agent response. So it's printing what the text that is put in that custom state. Let's add in the workflow now. So I'll find my n8n agent send message. It's called this because that's what I've named it here, n8n agent send message. I wouldn't, if you don't see it, it's because you've not successfully initialized it or you've not got this set to action. Both of those are key. I need to make only a specific part of this dynamic. So I go back into the API connector and it's this bit. So I call this chat input. Notice that I've removed the speech marks. Wrap it in triangle brackets. Bubble then the text that this is now a field that I can populate in the workflow. It's not private. Private is saying, should I be hiding this from my users? No, it's their input, so they need access to it. And then if I wanted to reinitialize this, I'd have to put the speech marks back in and I'll paste in my query. And now I could reinitialize it if I needed to. Because the speech marks go back in the workflow, if we look at how this has changed the action node, now I've only got that input that I've created. So I will now make this my multi-line inputs value, and then I JSON safe it. This wraps it all in speech marks, and it makes sure that any special characters that could cause a JSON syntax error are taken care of. The last step is just to display the response. So I set the state. which is my state here, and then I take out the output of step 1. Let's run this as a demo. So we'll paste in the query we have before, and I'll say send message. And now we wait. We're waiting on n8n to run through the agent, and it says that there was an error with the workflow. Let me go back here, everything saved. Let's try again. Right, if we go into executions, can we see what went wrong? It's not even showing up. Let's try again. I think the error is when it has not accurately written in the formula. I think what would make it better is if in the system prompt we actually spelled out, if I go back into the editor, yeah, we can see that's worked. If I spelt out, here are the different column headings. This is, so if you want to search for odd number, use this. And then just giving it that extra helping hand to know how to write the formula, because the place where it's failing is this bit here, and you could even add a description. And this is what I mean. You do need to approach building AI agents in a certain way. There is an element of hand holding. They're not these kind of sprawling general knowledge geniuses that can just apply themselves, not just, yeah, at least at the time of recording. So let me know in the comments, is n8n and Bubble.io a match made in heaven for anyone wanting to create advanced workflows, AI agents, and yet build and have complete control over the UI and function of a SaaS app that they can build with no code? If you've got any ideas, got any questions, please do leave a comment down below.